Hello everyone, how's it going? It is Tyrnor as always, and I'm bringing you something a little bit different today. I'm going to play through a custom Warcraft 3 campaign created by OutsiderXE of the Day of the Dragon novel. Now, for those of you who don't know, Day of the Dragon was one of the very first Warcraft novels. It came out even before Warcraft 3 for that matter. It's tells of the events of the release of Alexstrasza from Grim Bateau, which happened between Warcraft 2 and Warcraft 2's expansion rather than Warcraft 3. This custom campaign was released back in 2007 by OutsiderXE, again, as I've said, and again, obviously the author would have taken some liberties. It's impossible to relay the exact events of the novel as is into the actual Warcraft 3 game, but I still think it's an incredibly well done custom campaign. Now, I've played through it many years ago and I barely remember anything of it, so it'll also be a mostly new experience for me. As to Warcraft 3 itself, I haven't played Warcraft 3 also in many years. Before this recording I did just a practice match with the AI and lost horribly, so this should be fun. At least I remember what control groups and hotkeys are, so there's that at least. Other than that, yeah, I think we should just start. This is once again very well done campaign and I'm looking forward to it. Play campaign. We'll start with the prologue, I guess, and not skip straight to chapter 8. That makes sense. At the end of the Second War, the highest ranks of the Alliance's wizards meet to discuss their plans for the world of Azeroth. And there's an image of Crassus in the loading screen. Now, worth noting, again, this is one of the very first Warcraft novels, and it was released, and this campaign was released in 2007, so it is probably not, it's not 100% current lore accurate. I probably will point out some of the more glaring lore inconsistencies, but I'm not going to criticize every single little thing simply because of the fact that, well, it's a product of its time and I can't judge it by, oh, you don't know the lore of 2019, duh. Okay, press any key to continue. War. It had once seemed that the world of Azeroth had never known anything but constant bloodshed. When at last humanity had dealt with the trolls, the first wave of orcs had descended upon the lands, appearing out of a horrific rip in the very fabric of the universe. At first, nothing had seemed to be able to stop these grotesque invaders, but gradually what had looked to be a horrible slaughter had turned into an agonizing stalemate. Battles had been won by attrition, hundreds had died on both sides, all seemingly for no good reason. For years the current war had foreseen no end. But that had finally changed. With the exception of a few renegade clans, the surviving invaders had been rounded up into enclaves and kept under secure watch. For the first time in many years, lasting peace looked to be a promise, not a faint wish. And yet, a sense of unease still loomed over the world. I believe Deathwing is on the move again. What proof do you have of his continued existence? The death of 2 red dragons, 2 of Alexstrasza's get, torn asunder in a manner only one of their own kind could have managed. If Deathwing lives and now strikes out his greatest rival's kind, then it only benefits us. After all, Alexstrasza is still a captive of the Dragonmaw clan, and it is her offspring that those orcs have used for years to wreak bloodshed and havoc over the Alliance. We can hardly concern ourselves with that situation now, not with so many more immediate issues with which to deal. You're referring to the Alterac crisis, aren't you? Why should the continued sniping of Lord Ran's Stromguard worry us more than Deathwing's possible return? Because now Gilneas has thrown its weight into the situation. Gen Greymane has always sought leadership of the Alliance, even though he held back his armies until the Orcs finally attacked his own borders. The only reason he ever encouraged King Turnus of Lordaeron to action was to weaken Lordaeron's military might. Now Turnus maintains his hold on the Alliance leadership, mostly because of our work and Admiral Proudmoore's support. This will tear the Alliance apart. And so we have no time to deal with dragons. If Deathwing lives and has chosen to renew his vendetta against Alexstrasza, I for one will not oppose him. The fewer dragons in this world the better. Their day is done after all. Still, we can't afford to ignore what is happening around Cosmodan. Whether or not I'm wrong about Deathwing, so long as the Orcs hold the Dragon Queen captive, they're a threat to the stability of the land. We need an observer then, someone to maintain watch on matters and only alert us if the situation there becomes critical. But who? We can spare no one now. There is one, there is Ronan. Ronan! After his last debacle, he isn't even fit to wear the robes of a wizard. He's more danger than a hope. He's unstable. A maverick. I'm certain that he has learned his lesson. This time he'll go alone, with only a guide to bring him to the edge of Alliance-controlled lands. He shall not even enter Cosmodan. A sphere of seeing will enable him to watch from a distance. Then let us agree on this and be done with the topic. Perhaps if we are fortunate, Deathwing will swallow Ronan, then choke to death, thus finishing forever the matters of both. Ronan. You summoned me. I've waited. You have been granted your return to our ranks under the provision that you accede to the task on taking on a task of import immediately. You are to go to Cosmodan and free the Dragon Queen Alexstrasza. Chapter 1 Road to Hasic. Moments later on the outskirts of the city of Dalaran. I will save my thoughts on the prologue until after the introductory bit of Chapter 1. Left click a hero class to get a short description. Move young Ronan into one of the circles of power to test or use the hero class. Okay, so an awesome thing this campaign has done is that you have 3 possible classes to choose from, and which will obviously influence the abilities you have. Now, my thoughts on the prologue. Obviously you can see some signs of it being a bit dated lore-wise, in the sense that a long time has passed since the Troll Wars. It was not that much of a recent thing as to immediately precede the Orcish invasion. Now, another thing, as we've just seen a meeting of the Council of Six of the Kirin Tor, we now know who the members of that specific Council of Six are, at least most of them. And those were not the members like Elia and whatever other names, Andromath and such. And again, a product of its time. The author could not have known in 2007 or 2001 for that matter who the leaders of the Kirin Tor would be. And also, this is more of a limitation of Warcraft 3. They were described to be meeting in the Chamber of Air, which is a weird chamber with all sorts of weird physics and shifting skies and such and so on. Not at all the case for how it was shown here, but again, this is just a limitation of Warcraft 3. Now, what do we have here? We have an aggressive mage specialized in dangerous magic, an arcane master, okay, an elemental mage, scholar in the classic arts of magic, okay, and a spirit priest, excellent healer and a master of life and death. Well, what would Ronan be? He'd probably be an arcane mage. What the book's prologue mentioned but was not represented in the game was that Ronan was sort of this reckless mage who caused the deaths of some of his companions in a mission, and for that he was, as you saw, ostracized at the beginning. So I guess an aggressive arcane mage, arcane master, I suppose, would suit him best. The attributes don't differ. So yeah, I guess it would fit best if he were an arcane master, but all three classes I imagine would have been well tested out and well thought out. So for lore reasons, we're gonna go Arcane Mastery. A young Ronin.
I'm 4.
I'm sure you are 4 years old. Let's just go with you, so I'm committed with this sort of lore choice. Okay. Continuing on. You will have to take this sphere and this ring. You recognize the sphere as seeing, the ring will serve as protection. You go into a realm where orc warlocks still exist. This ring will help shield you from their own devices of detection. Regrettably, it will also make it difficult for us to monitor you. So I'll be on my own, less chance of me causing any extra deaths anyway. In that regard, you will not be alone, at least as far as the journey to the port. A ranger will escort you. Depart immediately, you won't want her to wait. Go northeast to the meeting place Ronin must survive, naturally. Warcraft resets the difficulty of custom campaigns after each map. Return to the campaign screen before starting a new chapter. Save games will not be affected either way. You can type in... Okay, the current difficulty setting is normal. Yeah, normal is my intention. Again, as something different from the novel, this custom campaign represents inner monologue as dialogue. So what we saw from the conversation Ronin had with Crassus there was supposed to be more of Ronin's inner monologue. And also one minor thing before we actually move on to the actual mission, the little bit where where Crassus tells Ronin you have to go free the Dragon King was portrayed differently in the novel. It was mostly detailed in a later chapter, but basically it was Crassus suggesting to Ronin that, hey, maybe freeing the Dragon King and the Dragon Queen would be a good idea, and then Ronin sort of coming up to that idea on his own, but slowly being manipulated by Crassus, which is obviously something you can't really represent well in a game. So we have Spectral Bolt, a wave of force that ripples outward, causing 90 damage in a line. Hotkey Q.
Child's play.
Okay, that's how it works. We also have Starburn, burns an enemy unit with the mark of a star, which causes damage over time, prevent the casting of spells, and reduce attack damage by 50%. This is something that Crassus used in the novel, funnily enough. Okay. Mana Fusion. The hero destroys a corpse to replenish his mana, but lose 50 life. Okay. An Astral Cloud. Calls down Astral Clouds that trick the mind of enemies, making them lose 10 hit points per second and attack randomly. Okay, that's cool, that's cool.
For now.
Let's move on.
Andufala.
We're still in Dalaran.
Do you see something?
And we're going to the port of Hasic.
Child's play.
Hasic is obviously not represented in World of Warcraft, but can we go here?
Andufala.
Not really. But
child's play.
it's stated to be somewhere in the hills, foothills, more or less. Oh no, Paula! I'll get you, filthy beast.
They shall burn.
Forces are under attack.
Child's play.
Obviously, this was not exactly in the novel, but increases the intelligence of the hero by 1 more. Just a chance to test out our abilities, I guess.
I'll incinerate them.
And again, gameplay has to take a primary spot over the actual story of the novel, because it will be just impossible otherwise. I should be more careful. I'm using a lot of mana very, very quickly. Okay.
I'll incinerate them.
I'm not going to use my ability to kill this little spider, because let's save the mana potion for something that actually matters. I think that would be best. Obviously, Ronin has to survive this, but
for my people.
Again.
For now. Andufala.
How much health do you have? Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Again, it's... well, not again, but it's cool that they made Ronin's little portrait from the novel his actual portrait for... in-game. Okay. If I step over this rune, does something happen?
For my people.
Maybe.
They shall burn.
I'm definitely going to need to use my ability here.
For quells.
I dislike that he stops auto-attacking after I use the ability.
For my people. I'll incinerate them.
Okay.
Andufala.
Rune of Speed. What do you want? Starburn seems good.
Andufala.
Do I have to quickly step between these two?
For now.
Scepter of Elementals. Artifact increases mana, also summons sea elementals to fight for you. With the help of the Great Wizard Medivh, the mages of Dalaran found a way to bind elementals to their weapons. This scepter is the first of its kind able to call sea elementals.
Child's play. Andufala.
Again, a small liberty taken with the lore, but it is what it is. Okay, I guess we can continue with our mission. This is, I guess, a little deviation from the lore. The actual lore Ronan would not have taken this little distraction, at least at this point in the novel. Hey civilians, am I going to need this golden coin for something?
For my people.
You're invulnerable, okay. A quest.
For now.
Sir Wizard, bandits attacked our village and will leave us until our parents gave them all their money. Please help them. You could use this gold to buy helpful items. Okay, more tutorial stuff. Optional quest. Free the villagers from their camps or kill the villagers and rob them of their gold. Gold does not carry over to the next chapter. Duly noted. I'm not this is an optional quest, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm not going to kill the civilians. That's not what Ronin of any timeline would do. Okay, what do we have here? A mana stone would be useful when I have the gold for it. Other than that, yeah.
This
okay.
battle bores me. A Sethabalana.
Our forces are under attack.
Oh, you're behind me.
For Quell Salas.
Okay. This is just a single target, right?
They shall
And
burn.
it cannot cast spells, but it suffers damage, right? Damage per second, right.
I'll incinerate them.
To rescue the villager, get close to him. The game is not frozen. To get his goal, kill him from a distance. Once you decide, you have to do the same with all other villagers to complete the quest. This procedure of choice exists in all optional quests, so choose wisely. One more thing, the first option is considered good, the second evil. You may see an alternate ending to the campaign if you complete all optional quests as a bad guy. Obviously, the evil ending is not the quote-unquote canon ending. This is W, right? I wish you would stop, you would continue attacking after I cast a spell. I'm going to freedom. I'm going to be a good guy in this campaign. The first time I played it, I did it as an evil guy, but I don't remember the enemy. I will fight with you to free the others.
For now.
Greetings, Your Highness.
Okay, you're mostly useless, but whatever little bit helps.
A Sethabalana.
Okay.
Child's play. This battle bores.
And this is...
Do you see something?
Okay, while they kill this guy, I'm going to babble. This is one of the cool things that really shows how skilled the OutsiderXE, the author of this campaign, was in Warcraft 3 map making. Now, fun little story. I also used to make Warcraft 3 maps, nowhere near the level of this fellow, and I know how really difficult it can be. So yeah, it's, trust me, all of this is all the more impressive. Get out of the way. All of this that he has done is all the more impressive. Does it heal? Yeah, it heals the other guys. Okay. To make, I will fight with you to free the others. To make this a little, not only to have a quest where you have a choice between a good or an evil outcome, but also surprise attack, but also to have this little thing of whether you did most of the quest as a good or an evil guy, carry over the rest of the campaign is really impressive. You villagers are really slow. I almost regret picking you up. I think that's the sentiment Ronin in the actual novel would agree with. He was very arrogant, at least in the beginning of the novel, but so it goes. Again, I've not played Warcraft 3 in a very long while. I am probably going to make silly mistakes over the duration of this playthrough. Feel free to leave your feedback, but come on, at least attack that guy.
Greetings, Your Highness.
But at least, thing is, okay, one of them died. Sorry, guy. Thing is, I'm recording this all in one single session, so while I will appreciate your feedback, it will come way too late. Sorry about that. I'm just looking around to see if there is anything here. I know the map shows us where the other villages
Our
are.
forces are under attack.
They shall burn.
I probably should have attack moved now that I think about it. I mostly want to save my mana, that's why I'm not using the other attack. Well, you're trapped, but we got a Rune Restoration anyway.
For my people. For now. Andufala. Asethabalana.
But yeah, Ronin in the actual novel would, even though he was an asshole, he would never have done the evil choice and just killed the captured villages for their gold. There's a scene in the novel later on where, not to spoil too much, but he deals with an unpleasant character, and that character is placed in a dangerous situation at one point, and Ronin does his best to save their life, even though he does not like that specific character. Even though he's an asshole, he's not a monster like the evil choice would have made us be. But also he was a little asshole, for lack of a better term. He would definitely not have gone on this little side quest. He would have said, look, I have better things to do than deal with this little bandit problem, which somehow is just outside the city of Dara. Go figure. Yeah, I figured there would be someone to ambush us. The villagers are going to be mostly fine, I imagine. Okay. Oh. Probably should set you to a control group. I probably should have done that sooner. Okay, optional quest completed. I'm going to go back to the shop and get the mana stone. And while Ronin goes there, just have the rest of you. Oh, there's a bandit lord. I did not expect that. Can you guys handle the bandit lord? Probably not. But Ronin's already halfway there. Sunk cost fallacy. Okay, Ronin, go pick up the mana stone and then come back as quickly as possible. Okay, mana stone.
I am here, mortal.
Just because the mana regen is going to be very useful, since Ronin does not regenerate mana very quickly. Actually, don't kill him yet. Wait until Ronin gets here so we can get the experience. When he's going to be really low, yeah, move away, villagers. Wait for Ronin to get here and get the killing blow. This is the most metagaming thing ever, but it is what it is. Okay, Ronin got some experience and 60 gold, but I think I would have gotten the 60 gold anyway. But yeah, let's move on. Yep, we did the main quest. The meeting place can't be far now. Damn it, this rain isn't going to stop for some time and the meeting place is still quite a distance away. I know I should have brought my raincoat.
You dare hurt me?
Meet with Ronin, go east to the port. Verisa must survive. We have searing arrows and multi-shot. Oh, just wasted some mana. At a target point, right. Searing arrow replenishes mana over time. Interesting. And rain of arrows, cool. Little tidbit, it did not rain in the novel, and also Verisa got here first. By the way, Verisa Windrunner, everyone. For those not aware, this was her first appearance in the lore of Warcraft.
We elves are not easy prey.
She uses Sylvanas' voice. Just use searing arrows when fighting just one foe, not really useful. We have a scroll of healing and a scroll of mana, okay. Was her first appearance in Warcraft lore, and she uses Sylvanas' voice line in this little campaign. A rod of necromancy creates 2 skeleton warriors from a corpse. Are there more of you
Forces are under
here?
attack.
Doesn't seem like it. I fall into that little pit trap that most gamers fall into when I have a consumable item like this Rod of Necromancy. I think, oh, gotta save it for a very important occasion, can't waste it. You know, you never know when you can use it, and I never wind up using that item. Let's just use it now. We have. Do you have a saturation? Okay, let's move on. Let's just use it now because I will forget about it later if I don't. Oh, a no poacher. It didn't see us, so we could have just moved on, but hey, experience and gold. We're typical adventurers. And a potion of mana. Again, typical adventurers. Expecting any time to dive into a dungeon. Oh, that was a really cool effect. This one, it has ranged attacks, yeah. Oh, claws of attack, that's cool, and gold coins. Okay. Moving on. A gnoll hut. And more gnolls. Okay. I just like exploring. That's why I moved back a little bit. We might need the skeleton warriors. Well, not so much need them, but it would go faster if you had them. Also, really, that little effect is really cool. Also, custom icon again. The map makers knew what he was doing, to say the least. More consumable items that I'm never going to use because that's just the way I am. Oh, gold coins. Okay, I'm going to destroy these gnoll huts, but I'm not going to move back and destroy the other gnoll huts because I don't want to waste time. Just to check if there's anything inside them. There could be.
I have a land.
I remember in the main Warcraft 3 campaign that there sometimes was these kinds of items inside of destructible buildings and such. Oh, we're at the meeting place. This wizard should have been here by now. Hello. Not what you're expecting. They said the wizard, that was all human. Well, if you wish to make your passage to Cosmodan, then it would be best if we left immediately. I do like this little detail.
We elves are not easy.
Verisa is using Sylvanas' skin, rather model, but they changed her hair to be silver since Sylvanas has gold hair, but Verisa has silver hair, which is awesome. An awesome little detail.
Evil is near.
Is there... Okay, F1 and F2 to switch between heroes. Again, I have not played Warcraft 3 in a very long time. And yeah. A quest. You there, you look like you are good with your hands. We could use your help. Wild wolves attack this place once in a while, and our guards aren't enough to keep them away. If you kill them, I'll reward you. Don't listen to him. These wolves have never harmed anyone. He only wants their fur because it is of high value, but he is afraid to get them to them while they are still alive. Please don't harm the wolves. Shut your mouth. Punish the man for wanting you to harm nature, or kill 8 wolves in this region and return to the man. Well, Verisa would choose punish the man. Ronan... probably... At this stage in the novel, he would choose kill 8 wolves. Later, he would punish the man. So I guess by law of averages, we are going to punish the man. Before that, anything in the marketplace? A knock of reincarnation might be useful. God knows I'll need it.
We elves are not easy prey.
This will be a fairly tough fight. a high elf here. What's a high elf doing here? Well, I guess we're near Daron, but
I have a
sure,
land.
punish the businessman. It's what Verisa would do, and arguably what Ronan would do later. Okay, die, businessman. Kill her. Okay. And
Mortal. Andu fala.
You dare.
Verisa, don't die, please.
Sherado.
Stop it, I got it. I'll leave the wolves alone. Please don't hit me anymore. Okay. You're a hero. Here's your reward. A tome of knowledge which increases strength, agility, and intelligence.
This
The elves are not
Who would
easy
need it
prey.
more?
Sherado.
I have a land to defend.
Evil is near.
I don't remember which one of these I'm going to use more throughout the campaign, Ronan or Verisa.
You dare threaten me?
Verisa has less HP and mana,
Do you see something?
but let's go with
The elves
Verisa
are
because
not
she has
easy prey.
less HP and mana. I could be mistaken on this. And let's use the healing thing because
no
we took
time
some
for
damage
games.
there. Okay. Businessman, go,
You
don't
dare
kill the
threaten
wolves anymore. Also not an odd little quest, but whatever. This would be, yeah, this would just be circling back, so I guess we'll go this way. Again, I'm not going to play this campaign only being a good guy and such. And the wolves are friendly, that's cool.
We elves are not easy prey.
I'm going to do what I think the characters would do, if that makes sense. I suppose this is Hasic. We got here quick. And yep, the port of Hasic. And as in the novel, it's attacked by red dragons. Oh no, dragon from Cosmodon. There's not much we can do here. We have to get around to the port and light the fires. Hopefully some of the Griffin Riders will see the fire and come to help. Oh, and we have to do this. Okay, go south and light the three large pyres. And there's bandits, because of course there are bandits. Okay, Ronan and Verisa must survive. Okay, we have to move fairly quickly because the dragon will kill the citizens. Okay, minor tidbit. There was actually supposed to be a few chapters where Ronan and Verisa were at first attacked by a dragon,
Forces are under attack.
but then they were saved by Griffin Riders. Use your ability, Verisa. Why aren't you using your ability? Fine, Ronan, use your ability.
For now.
They were attacked by a dragon, who was driven off by Griffin Riders.
Battle bores me.
Only for now you're using your ability. Okay, I see how it is.
Andu fala. They shall burn.
And use your healing potion. I guess we're going to need the consumables.
I'll incinerate
Attacked by dragons, saved by Griffin Riders,
for
but then they were taken by Knights of the Silver Hand, who didn't trust Ronan because he was a spellcaster.
I've no time.
Boy, we ran right into the middle of those.
Andu fala.
Okay, Ronan, level up. Sorry for not talking, but we do have a bit of a situation here. Verisa has healing stuff. Oh, use skeletons.
Forces are under
Mana. Yeah, mana would be useful too. They were taken by Knights of the Silver Hand and spend the night over there. Rune of Healing, that's useful. Spend the night over there, and then a dragon or goblin sappers blew up part of the Knights of the Silver Hand's keep and took Ronan. But the Knights of the Silver Hand suspected Ronan because he was a spellcaster and they don't trust spellcasters. They found Ronan, rather he sort of stumbled across them. Rather, while they were searching for him, he suddenly appeared in their midst. He was dropped off there. I'm not going to say how, because that's a spoiler. The Knights of the Silver Hand then interrogated Ronan, and Verisa protected him.
Forces are under attack.
Verisa protected him. which was the reason why.
Seth about
Okay, Ronan, you're getting a little bit low on health. Only 35 citizens left, I'm aware.
I've no time.
Okay, Ronan, maybe move away because you're, yeah, a bit low on health.
burn.
You dare.
The Knights of the Silver Hand then accepted Ronan's story because Verisa vouched for him. Okay, 2 of the 3 fires have been lit. And then they traveled to Hasic. They saw that the port was under attack, but the Griffin Riders came regardless to save the town. And there were 2. How many dragons? Oh no, the port had already been under attack. The attack took place before they got there. That's what happened. Yeah. So instead of Knights of the Silver Hand, we have greedy businessmen and wolves. Let's get some skeleton warriors. We're going to need them. You guys, the skeleton warriors can move first. I don't want Ronan to die. We should.
Our forces are under attack.
Maybe. Yeah, I'll send Ronan back to get the Ankh of Reincarnation.
You dare.
I have a land.
We can wait for the citizens to die. I guess. That's not a very Ronan thing to do. In the meantime, let's kill this black
We
spider.
elves are not easy prey.
Let's kill this black spider to get some experience. While Ronan goes and gets his Ankh of Reincarnation, because I have a feeling he is going to need it later. This dragon is really taking a long time. Not very dragon-like at all. Okay, after Ronan is going to get his Ankh, I'm just going to walk Verisa over. Okay. Get the Ankh,
I am
okay.
here, mortal.
Okay, Verisa,
I've no
go
time
and
for
light the
games.
fire. Yep, we did it. And there's the Griffin Riders. Yep. Fighting the Beastios. And it's dead. And there's the Knights of the Silver Hand. An elf and a wizard. We saw both the dragon and the griffins. Our duty and honor demanded we ride out immediately to see what aid we might be. It looks like you were a little late. Our ship is destroyed and many citizens have been killed. Without the griffins, everybody would be dead now. Milady, are you well? Let me personally escort you to a safe place. Merrick, find a place to put the wizard. No, there is no time. We have to get to Cosmodan. Cosmodan? What would ye want in this orcs and dragons wasteland? Our business is our own, but without a ship it seems to have stopped. Perhaps you could fly us with your griffins. Do you really believe in dwarves being so crazy? Alright, let us discuss details. My knights will make sure that the good people of Hasic recover. I will fly with you to ensure your safety. We thank you. Again, this is skipping over some of the stuff in the actual story, which obviously you couldn't include in the campaign. But yeah, that was Falstad Wildhammer. This was also his first appearance. A lot of very important characters show up here for the first time. So yeah, let's move on to the next one.